Alright guys, so a little bit more Division 1 plus. We also had the other day the Masters Clash Academy, and well, let's be honest, going up against Team Benny was probably not the fairest matchup towards them, but they are still doing pretty well in the season. And now they're up against Team Ash, so another team that we have seen in the Masters Clash, and maybe they're gonna fare a little bit better over here. Our first map is Battlefield of Eternity. I honestly really don't know why it currently says Towers of Doom on the title. It's probably because I didn't hit the right buttons, but we can correct that within a second. Now we did. So let's see if they can redeem themselves a little bit here. Again, the guys have been playing a couple of really nice games, and even the series against Team Benny wasn't really all that bad. They had a lot of big team fights, but they were looking good, and especially on I feel like on the second game there were a couple of games where they looked really good, but then they just lost control and it got snowballed a little bit. But generally speaking, they did a great job in fights with coordination and also on the macro level. So maybe against Team Ash they're gonna have a better chance here, and we're gonna find out now together. So this is a best of 3 setup, of course, as all of the matches within Division, well, within Heroes Launch, to be honest, are best of 3s outside of course, the end of season tournaments, where we also have best of 5 matches. We get Lucio banned out. We got Uther also banned immediately. Then both of them are a little bit slow to the bans here. Nothing really too crazy happening. Vala gets banned out. Still interesting to me. Vala is such a weird one these days with how teams prioritize them, how teams play them. In the Korean tournament that I casted just a couple of weeks ago, she wasn't played at all. Well, not true. She was played twice in the entire tournament, only on Battlefield of Eternity, if I remember correctly, and both times with the multi-shot build instead of an arrow build. But obviously the meta shifts a bit, and we have different regions with different approaches to the game. But especially on the European side, she's been falling off heavily outside of Infernal Shrines. The early Blaze pick, he's pretty powerful in the latest patch now, so that doesn't really come as a big surprise. And with Cassia being banned, there's the Stitches pick again. So this is something that we're seeing a lot more. Stitches being picked a lot, and then at the same time also Blaze making a bit of a reappearance. But as soon as you're locking Stitches in, you really got to think a little bit, okay, how do we follow up on that? You want to have displacement, you want to have CC if you can. Malfurion is a really good hero to play together with that, as we already said. And yeah, we'll see if they lock Malf in. There's other approaches. Can still go for isolation plays to other heroes. I mean, normally would also name Stukov, but Stukov is of course disabled right now in the Nexus because Blizzard introduced a couple too many bugs with the last rework on him, and therefore they decided to disable him until they can bring out a hotfix that would solve the issue. Oh nah! Hanzo is back to business. So technically Hanzo Arrow into Diablo Apocalypse is now possible with an additional stun through Blaze's jet propulsion. You can see where this is headed. A lot of CC coming in now. And yeah, of course, the last band's kicking in. It's actually it's kind of fun to see Stitches more. Stitches is honestly one of those tanks that was always fun to observe, even in the times in HDC where he played a role, just simply because that hook out of nowhere always is kind of nice. I mean, hooks always have this like, oh my god effect, and they're just fantastic. And that's a lot of fun. So having him back in the game and seeing him a little bit more is kind of cool. Now, we also have Medivh banned away, no ley line into an Apocalypse. Main reason that they're getting rid of this. And maybe even a Malfurion ban? Are they worried enough about the follow-up route that they're banning him out? I mean, Malf has been banned on the Korean side in every single game. It's nuts. Like, Malfurion is absolutely crazy in the Korean meta. But European side, not all that much. Yeah, and there's instead the ban on Liming. Okay, so Liming gets banned out, so we don't have the immediate burst damage and also that poke potential that you have with Liming from a distance whenever we have the standoff on the objective. But, well, with that, what do we get? There's the Malfurion pick. Alright, they have the follow-up. I like it. And Tychus comes in with that too. Yeah, Tychus, he on the Korean side is insanely high in priority. I mean, oh boy, do they love that Tychus over there. But Malfurion as a follow-up on Stitch's hook is of course fantastic. That's exactly what you want here. Good for sustain for them too. You can already see the approaches coming together. If you're playing Stitches, you're obviously not pushing into your opponent all that much, but it seems like the Academy is not going to shy away from a fight either. If you're playing Diablo Blaze, then you want to be in your opponent's face. Hanzo can follow up on that too. There's Sylvanas, and we get Anduin. Again, Stitches always nice if you can close the gap a bit and get close enough to pull the target back out. While dodging out on those hooks, of course, at the same time. But yeah, let's check it out. Nano P as the last pick. He's, by the way, the one that got targeted with the Li Ming ban, because he plays a lot of Li Ming, and his Li Ming is kind of terrifying. But, well, last pick for the red team, for Team Ash, the anti-synergistic hobbits. Yeah, that's really what the acronym stands for now these days, after the team changed a couple of times. And they go for Suljin, someone that we've seen now multiple times on Battlefield of Eternity. So they're going to try and make him happen. Maybe even with a guillotine. We never know. Normally it's Tastingo for good reason, but possibility is there. Let's go. Game number 1 in the best of 3. The anti-synergistic hobbits against MC Academy. First game, Blaze played by Vitters over here. Lolom on Sylvanas. We got Vlida on Diablo. Warren on Anduin, and the Panda Colada is playing Hanzo. Pretty well-rounded lineup, actually. There's a lot of stuns that they have, a lot of CC that they can chip in. So we'll see if the combos are going to work on level 10. Obviously, always hinging on what exactly they pick here. Renella on Malfurion. For Team Ash, we got Bishops on Stitches, with Nenopi on Suljin. We got Farlander on Tychus, and Morenas is playing Urel in the first game. And Stitches is looking for his first hook right here. And level 1, we got the Recklessness. We also have the Patchwork Creation in. The Emerald Dreams are in play too. And here comes the full-on action on the bot lane, as Stitches is trying to go for the first blind hook. And the follow-up with the root was immediately there. Now, this is always a thing that people have been practicing over and over again. I mean, there's a lot of combos around Stitches. If you hit the hook, you want to have a stun follow-up, but there's also, of course, Gorge combinations that you can play. Stitches. Ooh, yeah, there's the first one. That's exactly how you hit it, and how you hit it hard. Beautiful setup, beautiful combo, and this is exactly how you want to get that kill. I mean, as you see, they're sitting tight, they're positioning, they're looking for an opportunity. Bishop sees the hook, throws it out, the root is there, and then the quick kill against Anduin. Exactly how you want to play that out. But what I want to talk about, as we see also Diablo foil. Damn, that's not a good start for the Academy. Team Ash popping off at the bot lane. Yeah, what I want to mention is other combos with Stitches. So, for example, with Medivh, you can easily go for the Kidnap combo. You use Gorge and you go through the portal and you try to carry the victim away from the rest of the team. You can make similar setups happen with Falset, for example. So you simply gust the opponent away after Gorge was used. There's a lot of these setups that you can play around with if you're having a Stitches on your team, but it hinges, of course, on your ability to connect those hooks. And a bit of a layup at the top, but the camp gets stolen. Hook is also not hitting here. So the camp at least taken by the MC Academy. Good for them. Would have been a bit of a disaster if they not only lose 2 heroes, but then also lose both of the camps. That would have been very, very annoying. With the hooks that came in earlier, Nenopi was also able to start the stacking process for his baseline. It's of course going to be quite important for him to make sure that he is going to go to those 15 stacks for the increased range at least. I mean, you want to go much higher than that. On 30, get the double swing on the Axis. And if you go for your level 7 and pick the Arcanite Axis, you can stack on that one too. So the longer the game lasts, the better for you. But talking about it, another 5 seconds and the objective is going to be announced. So we'll have the teams move in for the Shaman camps, as you can see. Both are making that play. Also, the bigger they are against Diablo, so not going into in the rhythm here. We got the Hand of Freedom! Scottish or American? There's no other choices for that goat. It's one of the two. Yeah, Nenopi chunks down the first tower in the game. So yeah, we're set for the first Immortal. So let's see which team walks away with the first victory. Yes, Bishop's going to be able to land another hook. Or what are we going to get from him? First of all, yeah, there's already the walls done. Nice. Nenopi, careful. Needs to be very careful here, especially since the flank. No, he missed the jet propulsion and everything. That looked, it would be an easy kill against Soldier, but instead he gets away. Now they're turning it on Diablo. Peters gets stunned and gets dropped. Nicely done. Actually, it wasn't him, but he dies too. So yeah, Diablo and also Blaze die. And with a hook into the Immortal stun even for a second, it's the end of Anduin. 5 kills to 0. Damn, son. That is Team Ash with some serious aggression right at the beginning of the game. Exactly what you would expect from a Russian-Ukrainian team here. So, yeah, nasty style. the good hook to open the game up and give them first blood, and now they're absolutely murdering the first objective towards the halftime show. And they're also taking a significant lead in experience, which could play a huge role with the first objective push. Bit of an attempt to go for Farlander down here at the bottom. That already didn't really work out the way that they intended to. And yes, the hook, the root into the tower range, and Vlida nearly eliminated. The team is able to walk away with Diablo alive. But as this all happens, Morenas is protecting their own immortal, and this one gets, of course, taken down. Nice, good stuff. Yeah, and here's the level 7, so that gives us a serrated edge, and with the extra talent, they have a bit more power pushing through the top lane. Blue team likely going to close that gap with Sylvanas at the bot lane already taking care of some minions. But look how aggressively they're pushing in. Spray game is also on point, only love for stitches. And there's the level 7 now. But boy, are they aggressive here, and I love it. Fantastic setups, and very clean follow-ups from Renella too. He's always there when the hook is needed. There it is. Hook is in, but this time Anduin pays attention and pulls the target out. So this is exactly the type of interactions that we're going to see between the three characters throughout the game, if all of them are on point. But there's another one, and time again. And it's a cooldown victory, of course, at the end of the day for you. Yep, that could be a kill. But they get away. But the fort goes down. So very, very successful first objective. And oh my god, beautiful flank. Vlida is down, Diablo is dead, Anduin is also eliminated. Boy, they are murdering this. What a momentum swing here for Team Ashe. 7 kills to 0. I see a Stitches ban in the future for game number 2. That is, yeah, that is good old Russian aggression right here, as they are just crushing. And they, by the way, also went for the aggressive version of Suljin as they committed to the Arcanite access on level 7. So now we have 9 stacks together on this one. The range increase for NOP is already in play as he hit the 15 stacks on his baseline. But with 7 kills to 0, they're looking at a 1.5 level lead and close in on level 10 slowly but steadily. This is getting nasty. This is getting really nasty here. The Academy is in trouble, as you can tell. So, yep. This is gonna be more than just a little bit dangerous, because they're losing ground as we speak at the bottom of the map too. And the problem here is that with level 10, I don't think Team Ashe is gonna let this fort slide. They're gonna go for it. Level 10 is in, they go Gorge indeed, and I'm waiting to see if they go Guillotine. No, Taz Dingo, so not memeing around. Guillotine, more of a meme, but obviously kind of fun as well. But they go for the Taz Dingo. Diablo gets pushed out. Yep, the level 10 abilities allow them to easily move in. It's just the advantage that you have. If you have level 10, your opponent don't, that fort doesn't stand a prayer. So the fort is down. Level 10s, some of them have been used. Another hook, maybe a blind one. Is he going to check the bush with it? No, but he's checking the gate and nearly gets the nibble on Blaze. Gorge, are they going for it? The wall's done. I don't know what the blue team is fighting, by the way, but they are getting the kill, aren't they? Yes, Bishops is down. They're trying to fight for the camp, and it's a massive risk that they just took, but they might just walk away with the victory here. The camp gets stolen, but can they get another kill? That doesn't seem like it. Fighting into level 10 is just absolutely insane, but the MC Academy tried to pull it off here, and nearly did. I mean, they got Stitches, but they lose the camp. And, of course, now the halftime show should be an easy win for Team Ashe. But level 10 will at least be ready for the second part of the objective. Mirella is now up at the top, and honestly, that halftime show is a lot closer than I expected. A lot closer, I might add. I mean, damn. That is pretty much no advantage at all. What is that, 700 hit points? So, no arrow, by the way. No arrow into Apocalypse combo. We got the Lightning Breath instead. The arrow gets, of course, chosen. But we have the Light Bomb, so that's something that they can utilize now. But the camp is up on the top, and that's not the only thing. Catapults are pushing in. Problem, of course, well, not the problem, but the good thing for the blue team, the issue for the red team is that the catapults are it's so early in the game, they're just not strong enough to do severe damage. The camp, on the other hand, with catapult support, that's a different story. So someone eventually has to go to the top lane and deal with it. Most likely Sylvanas. But now they have to protect their own immortal, and it gets chunked down more and more and more as we speak. And as all of this happens, this is happening too. So someone has to eventually move over here. It's not going to be a ton of damage, don't get me wrong. It's not like the keep is going to take anything. Ooh, NA arrow right there. Narrowly missing the target. They're not missing Suljin, though, as they're trying to go for him. But he still had the ult up. And Malfurion is also around to keep him alive even further. Nano-P gets away. But there's the wall stun. And the kill against Suljin. Anduin down. Suljin down. And they are fighting it out with Odin already popped the big red button. Not available yet because we're not on level 20. But he is at least commandeering Odin and trying to take down Lolom. And he gets the kill. Boom, boom, boom. Takes down... Yeah, that's not only... He takes down not only Sylvanas, but he also takes down Hanzo. And now we're seeing them chase down Diablo, who's also just getting bullied from left to right. And that's the end of him as well. Now, he had the stacks up, so he's going to be back. But that's 11 kills now to 2. And the Immortal will be taken. That's a half... 35% shield. Let's make it 30%. But they got the level 13 together with it. And that, of course, activates also the baseline for Stitches. So we are looking at some real dangerous territory here as they're moving towards the top. Then again, Stitches gets attacked early, so they're trying to drop the hit point pool a little bit. But they hook, and they hit, and they kill. Nice Malfurion follow-up. Fantastic. Yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Virus is getting attacked too. And there we have it. The kill against Blaze. The second kill. And this is going to be a big push. They have the Immortal down at the bottom of the map and they're attacking the top side. They're going for a two-pronged attack here. And they're going to maybe not get the key, but they're going to open both of them up and do a lot of work here to prep for the next setup. And with them running such a big lead in experience already, you can imagine that this is not going to be an easy game for the Academy to come back into. They need to get some serious teamfight action going and win some of these battles. Get some kills in at the right time or they're going to be in trouble. Bot lane, a little bit more damage done to the keep. And they still need to send someone down to deal with it because the catapult is now dropping it to 50% or even below. And as we speak, the red team has already retreated towards the camps to lock those in, which is exactly what they're doing here. The damage output with the 31,000 on Tychus. We got the 28,000 for Suljin, bottom of the map. We got Urel already here, so they are going to try and delay this. Yeah. Maybe not long enough. Urel is already jumping out, but the blue team is a bit scared, and for good reason. So they could have taken the camp, but they didn't know that. We have the vision. Actually, now that I look at it, they couldn't have taken the camp. They're losing, well, maybe one anyways. Morenas takes the camp, so that's the first thing that happens. But even with the bunker up, it seems like Diablo is going to die here. Nano-P is moving in, it's just chunking him down hit after hit. Leader is on 60 HP, and he gets away. Anduin does not run fast enough. Usually he's really good at running away, but this time he's lacking a little bit. And now we're seeing them go for the keep for real. Yeah, 12 minutes into the game, first keep is down. They committed to Odin. Anduin isn't around. Now they can take down both of the fountains, by the way, so that in the mid lane you won't even be able to retreat to try and heal up any longer. And yep, there it is. Fountain down. This one is also dropped. So the only one that they still have remaining is up at the top. And that is a long way from the objective. So that is bad news. And of course it gets worse because level 16 is finally available for Team Ash. Meaning the Academy is 3 levels behind, a talent behind. And the next objective is spawning. And that is a disaster. Rough game for them. Yeah, Team Ash with their playstyle is apparently suiting them a lot less than when they played against Team Benny, where they, in game number 1 and game number 2, had a couple of really nice moments, but right now the team fights are a big issue for them. The blind hooks are coming out as Team Ash is hoping for a lucky shot, a lucky hit, but that's a halftime show victory, and it seems to me that the blue team is totally willing to give up on the objective, and I don't think they can afford to do that. I really think they can't. They are in a really shitty spot. And yeah, it gets worse. There's the Gorge, and that's going to be another kill. Goodbye, Anduin. Ah, nice arrow, but it doesn't change the fact that Anduin is dead. The cleaves of Nano-P's Suljin just take him apart. Another hook! And he jumps out, but the grenade finds him. The quest is now completed, the second one, so we get double hits on the Arcanite axes, which are already stacked to 34. They're getting 100% immortal here. And as I said, I think the blue team waiting was not an alternative. You're in a shitty spot where you have to decide what battle you want to take, but I don't think you are going to be able to dodge on the level 13 versus level 16 talent fight. And now with the immortal looking at 100% shields and kills coming in, I think this might just be game. Bot lane is already getting pressured out, and they're just picking these kills up like it's nothing. Sylvanas is jumping out, the grenade doesn't come through, so at least Sylvanas doesn't die, but it was a close call, and the battle isn't over yet because another hook keeps flying, and they are just pushing hard on this one. The keep is already going to take damage before we have the immortal even appear on scene, and then they're going to go for core. So yeah, they are starting to crush this hard. Bottom of the map, as you can tell, they're taking the catapults down at least to relieve some of the pressure that they're experiencing now. But the keep is nearly gone, and the objective of Team Ash is obvious. They want to go for it. That's why the fight is now being taken towards the Immortal. But Anduin is already incredibly low. They're trying to get the backline kill, and they just can't. Sylvanas dies instead. It's the only fight that the MC Academy had at this point. And they might get Fallen there at least. And, well, Anduin died. Fallen is alive. They're gonna go for Blaze, and he is dead too. That leaves them with only 2 survivors. Anduin and Hanzo. The Immortal, just way too powerful, is gonna go for the core, is gonna take it down. Manduin gets crushed by Suljin again, and this is just not looking pretty. This is game 1. Dominant performance here in Battlefield of Eternity by Team Ash. No other way to say it. Anti-synergistic hobbits my ass. There's a lot of synergy on those boys. That was well done. Really nice coordination between the heroes. And well, here we go, the 1-0.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Alright, game number 2. Well, let's be honest, the MC Academy got their asses kicked in game number 1. Bit surprised, honestly. The series that we had before, where they played against Team Benny, looked a lot closer. I mean, again, from the beginning, Team Benny was the favorite heading into the series. There was zero doubt about it. But Team Ash didn't really perform all that well in the Masters Clash. They did a little bit better towards the end. But I thought that at least in the team fights, the Academy would come in, you know, and just do a little bit better. And not necessarily win the series, that's not quite what I'm talking about, but I really thought that it was more for a blow-for-blow game. But the Stitches setup that we saw from Team Ash was not only incredibly clean, but it also posed incredible problems for the Academy. Now with them banning a Nubrak, this already looks to me like they're going for first pick Stitches. Right now, with Stitches playing a bit of a bigger role, with them having so much trouble with Stitches in the last game, I would have expected maybe a ban. Tomb of the Spider Queen is something where we've seen Stitches in the previous series that they played as well. If you ban a Nubarak this early, there's a chance that you're going to ban that out. Now, that being said, the red team is also very strong with their Nubarak engages. I mean, any kind of aggressive engagement we've seen from them in the past has been pretty solid. Now, you could still play this with Varian, which for a long time has been a huge part here. So there's another one. But obviously some of the champs of heroes that you want to follow that up with are currently out of the game. Stukov being a good example, so he's not allowed right now. Well, not allowed, he's actually like completely locked. So there's that. But either way, we got Uther and a Nubarak banned. Lucio gets banned again. And here comes Cassia. Alright. And there's the Stitches first pick. Okay. As expected, the Stitches first pick comes in. And now it's going to be interesting to see how exactly Team Ash is going to counter that out. Because if they want to, for example, pick Malfurion, they got to do it now. If the MC Academy is planning on following up Stitches hooks with a Malfurion root as their lockdown, then they got to use it right here, right now. And we'll see. Yeah, there it is. Malfurion gets taken, and we have Vala. Alright. So far so good. This is pretty much the way that you would expect to work it out. With the bans that they had, it made sense that they go for first pick Stitches. Now we got Malfurion taken away from them, so they got to put someone else in that can follow up on Stitches hooks if they really want to put pressure on the target. Junkrat and Blaze. Okay, follow-up stun is available. A little bit more sustain at the front line. Junkrat for good interrupts against the turn-ins on the objective. And in addition to that, of course, if you can time it properly, you can also just push the target even further back with the mine. So, yeah, it's a good couple of good choices. Still waiting for the support, so those, just see what we're getting there. I mean, we got the bans kicking in next. We haven't really seen a whole lot on the side of Morenas, Bishops, and Farlander, so we don't really know what they're going to try and do here. Vala as a support, I mean, you can go all kinds of different ways here. Going from Zarya over into double support to like solo Vala, I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room that they have with this, but they definitely need a little bit more wave clear. Vala in and of itself is great, but you want to have a bit more on that. Bot laner is also going to be interesting to see what they're going to lock in here. Might even see something on the side of Mei again. We had that in the past, played by them too, so Mei is an option. And against Stitches, that's something that you can definitely do. Whenever the hook comes out in the Gorge, you just drop the wall on them. You try and play it around that. Especially now that Garrosh is also banned away. Yeah, Garrosh can be annoying for Stitches. You walk over, you flip him in, he has no chance of escaping. Hit point box is just way too big, so yeah. But alright. Here we go. That's a bit of a moment of truth set up now. At least the comp will come together a little bit for them. And again, mainly interested in the tank that they're going to play here. Is it going to be Mei, or are we going to go down a different path? Urel and Hogger. Ooh, they're going pretty deep on this already. Okay, Hogger, Urel. Hogger can take the camps for them. Triple front line, as it seems. That's an interesting one, though. It's an interesting setup, the way that they're playing it right now. Well, and the last two picks for the blue team. I mean, again, best of 3 series. So they gotta make sure that they have this set up properly if they want to force game number 3. So a little bit more damage is needed. Brightwing for the polymorph. And Tychus. Alright, alright. Tychus is in. Brightwing for the polymorph. Here you go. You got the tools. And, well, there's Zul. So, triple melee at the front line. No real main tank for this. But lots of wave clear, lots of damage, bit of displacement. Urel, of course, super tanky. Alright, different approach from them here. Guys, game number 2, Team Ash against the MC Academy. So let's see what they can pull off here. Are we going to see the 2-0 or will we head into a third map? Let's find out. Game number 2, Viters on Blaze for the blue team, the Academy, with Lolom on Junkrat, Vlida on Stitches. We got Warren on Brightwing this time, and the Panda Colada on Tychus. Yeah, on the side of Team Ash, this time with a triple bruiser frontline, we got Renella on Malfurion. Not only that they want Malfurion, but also picking it away from the blue team so that Stitches can't have the immediate follow-up with the root that we saw in game number 1. Morenas on Urel, Bishops on Hogger, Vala with a multi-shot build is played by Nenopi, and we have Farlander with Zul. Okay, let the show begin. Vala has to bring in the damage, but of course she's not going to be the only one to chip in some extra here. Yeah, that is then again a quick kill against Hogger. So that game starts off very, very well for the blue team. A hook and a kill. Hogger down, easy start here for the Academy. Let's find out if they can do a little bit more, but that's already them off to a pretty fun opening here. Dominating the rotation a little bit between the middle and the top. We now got Zul trying to shift around here, but yeah, you gotta dodge out these hooks, and that's one of the things why the front line is here in the first place. So they're trying to get some additional shots out, and Stitches is actually eating a lot of damage here. Yep, 7 stacks for Vala. She got a lot in that first fight, 6 in total. So Nenopi is connecting this nicely, but he also has to always keep an eye on Stitches and the direction of the hook. Oh, yep, there we go. They're pushing in hard with this. And Vala, I mean, she's chunking damage already. Damn, girl. Yeah, they're doing fantastic in getting her into a good spot for at least the stacking. So yeah, once again, you're going to get a lot out of this one. The damage increase is going to be pretty significant, as you can see. But, yep. Let's find out. So, meantime, that Morena's already moving through here too. And, well, let's see. Vida sitting tight. Couple more hits coming in. Alright. Let's see. Nenopi is just dancing around. I mean, once you get your hatred stacks up and you get your movement speed and everything, it's just always fun to just dance around and keep that up. But you gotta be so careful because Vala is the squishiest hero outside of Malfurion that they have in that composition. If she gets hit, then they are in a world of pain here. So, once again, another jump, space created, pushing them away from Vala, but still she was able to connect them. Right now she's following up with Arsenal, of course, and she's getting a lot of work done. We have both of the teams with decent gems. Big lead, by the way, on the gem count for the MC Academy right now. 38 for them already. Should be closed soon, but yeah. It's not really that easy for the blue team to follow up on these hooks as it was with Malfurion's root. Brightwing with the polymorph is nice, but it's not quite the same. Zul already coming in, alright. Urel is really wreaking havoc in that backline. Nicely done. Vala, one more missing, as she could go for it. And she's playing that out at the bot lane, protecting the two siege giants that are already taking down the wall. So, good for them. Vala's quest already completed. Still a little bit of action here straight in the middle as the rest of them is rotating down too. Those siege giants survive forever. I mean, damn. Alright. A little bit more pew 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 coming out. And, well, there we go. Okay, so. I mean, as it stands, they're doing fairly well with the structural damage, which honestly is already a little bit of a concern here. But yeah, let's see. Leader, careful. Vala, hooked. Oh, beautiful follow-up. That's exactly the kind of follow-up that we're talking about. That was exactly the combo that I mentioned previously, and it was solid. We're going to take another look at that in just a moment. That was all three heroes working together in tandem exactly the way that they need to if they want to get the kills here. So that's going to be really neat for them. And, well, yeah, let's take another look at it. Okay, so here we go. First, they turned around, got the hook in, then immediately the polymorph and the bomb as well. Detonation comes in, pushes the target back, and Vala goes down. So yeah, really, really well done. Okay, so yeah, blue web weavers are now descending. So there's that. And with that, we have the first push for the blue team. So they have a chance to bring this back a little bit. Vala by now also with the 25 stacks. Oh, careful. The Panda Colada here, nearly dying. That's a bit of an unfortunate one. Needs to heal, but has the fountain cooldown still up, so that's good. Yeah, Vala, by the way, was obviously also changed a little bit. You pretty much already saw it earlier, but they reduced the damage gain that you get for every single stack. They gave her a little bit of a quest completion bonus, but generally speaking, you can't get that crazy damage towards the late game any longer. So they literally cut it in half, the gain that you get there. Which is kind of unfortunate. I really think 3 might have done the trick too. So the initial impact is a little bit better after you complete the quest, but as the game continues, compared to the previous version, you will fall off with the fire at will. Still gives her at this point 66 additional damage on this. So there's that. And yeah, for now, we get the wall defended. Zul shouldn't have any trouble at the top, and indeed he doesn't. So that's a really good defense for them. And they are trying to go for the kill too, as they are looking at Tychus and attempt to take him down. But yeah, not quite yet. I like it. The early game kills were kind of neat, but right now they both really settle into this, and this is way better than what we saw in the first game, despite the fact that Blaze still dies here. But this is kill number 1 for Team Ash, so they don't open the game up with quite the bang that they did in on Battlefield of Eternity. And this seems to be way more of an even playing field between the two teams now, with Lolom continuing to attempt to interrupt the turn-in successfully. Yep, and another one there. Get the fuck out of my turn-in point. Nice. Great nade right there. The nade and the mine, both on point. So yeah, good stuff. They're falling instead back down to the bot lane to make sure that they're getting the turn-in at least completed here, and that should also lock in the web weaver wave for them. Yeah, Farlander, he's not going to be interrupted. That's going to be the first one for the red team. Both of them are going also for their camps, so we gotta see some bruisers run through the mid lane in an attempt to enhance or defend against the web weavers, depending on who you're looking at here. Nano P gets chased hard. He's dead. There's no way they're saving him. They're pretty much abandoning him. He's just trying to get a bit more multi-shot damage out and making sure that he's stacking slightly. But that's, of course, the worst time for Vala to die. Now, she's not the only wave clear hero for the Academy. Zul is already pushing the top lane heavily. And Vala, yeah, she's going to be down for another 10 seconds. So she's not really going to contribute to this particular objective. But they still want to do a bit of structural damage. And up at the top, one is already defending. Big play in the mid lane right now, because as mentioned before, this is actually an objective plus the camp pushing. So that's a lot of push power there, even with Blaze defending. Yeah, both teams have the level 10 abilities too, and they're putting them to the test here. Top side is getting pressured out. The entire gate is falling, and down here, in the middle, we're seeing the fort take damage too. Vala's coming in again. Yeah, using the multi-shot here. Hogger down at the bottom of the map gets killed, and they're trying to follow up with a bit more. No Gorge this time, by the way. We went for the Putrid Bile. But the fort in the middle took serious damage. They opened the walls up. So despite the fact that Vala was not really able to chip in a whole lot here, they did some work. And they're continuing. They're going for Stitches here, who saves himself with a Devour. Junkrat dies at the top against Zul. And Stitches is getting away. The bunker saving his ass. Oh my god! Maybe I spoke too soon here. For a second I thought that that's it. But Farlander gets now caught, and that's a problem because he has 23 gems. No way. Okay, there we go. Thank you. That would have been too much of a meme if he got away like this. The fort in the middle has been destroyed, but they just lost 23 gems. So it's a bit of a bittersweet setup that we just saw here. Can you imagine if that actually goes through, if you can just Hearthstone and it works? I mean, that would be incredible. That would have been insanely incredible. Raute dreist. But anyways, it didn't really quite work out. He tried though. But there's a second turn and attempt now for the Academy. And good for them. They get the second Web Weaver wave. Maybe they can take down a 4-2. Siege Giants are active at the bottom of the map again. Vala's already at 38,000 damage. But they're starting to be a little bit too far out. So he's already hopping away. Hook. Yep, that didn't connect. Not that it would have done them any good here. But boy, they not only interrupt the turn-in, but they're trying to go for the fight. Brightwing is at the top. Might have to come back down to help out. And does indeed. The fight continues though, and Malfurion pops the ult to keep everybody alive. The level 13 talent kicks in, but even the hook range doesn't allow Stitches to connect this one. Blaze has to bunker up, so Lot is already baited out here. Lot already baited out, and that's a lot of heroic abilities on cooldown, so maybe they can go for the kill after all. Hogger, just as he goes for the ult, he gets polymorphed, which means that he has the shockwave up in another second, but they don't even need it for Stitches, or do they? Ooh, he heals himself at the fountain, gets out, and Urel polybomb, but gets away. Hogger with a big poke, and there's the shockwave, finally. And they go for the double kill. Oh my god, what a fight here. That one escalated quickly. They go for the fort, they can take that down. But yeah, look at this. Now here comes Hogger, and he has the shockwave cooldown. He has it still up because he got interrupted when he wanted to use it the first time by Brightwing and the polybomb. And therefore, double kill against Stitches and against Blaze. Nicely done. The blue team still gets the Web Weavers, but boy, they're gonna lose heroes. Ouch. No. That Web Weaver wave is gonna do what we call in professional circles jack shit. So, yeah. That one is not gonna do anything. With 2 heroes down, no support, no Junkrat, have fun trying to get anything done with the Web Weavers. I mean, look where they spawn. That in and of itself is already crazy. So, yeah, right now, first one is already taken down. Second one at the top is also falling. But talking about falling, Bishops on his Hogger is also getting murdered. So, hello? Actually taking a kill. Zul is now moving in. He already pushed out the top lane successfully and took the Web Weavers down. But we still got one alive. And that's at the bottom of the map. They haven't really sent anybody down here to deal with it. So, not sure what's going on there. It's not going to take the fort, but at least the tower should fall. Small wins, you know, baby steps, baby steps. They're falling behind in experience, though. Even kills, but the experience lead for Team Ash is worrisome. Level 16 is close. A little bit too close for comfort, honestly. And, yep, off we go. Move straight up towards the top as they're making the play here. They want to go for the fort before level 16 hits. And I don't think they can get it. Nope, everybody is there, ready for the defense. And off we go. Level 16 kicks in, and that's a big power spike for the red team. Yeah, that's solid. And that gives us also Manticore. So, auto attack style. Yep, coming in with Manticore immediately. And they're starting to chase them again. Urel wants to have a moment in the sun. The moment of glory when he just jumps behind them in the choke point and controls the entire team. But instead it turns on Vala, and that's a kill. Vala is down. Junkrat survives. Yeah, he gets away. And they have to keep the Fleabag alive too. So Vala down for the second time now, but they're still trying to turn it a little bit. Great jet propulsion. Good stun, but just not enough. They're fighting this 5 versus 4. They don't give a fuck. Typical Russian aggression here. They're like 5 versus 4. 5 versus 4. No problem. No problem. We got level 16 is talent advantage. We go in, we kill. We take Junkrat is not an issue. And we don't die. And if you die, you have more time for vodka. Is awesome. Is win-win. No problem. You take down Junkrat, you got a 4 versus 4, you go in and you take them down. You get gems, you get Weaver, you win game. You win big prize, you buy my vodka. It's amazing. So, we have a level lead for them right now, and boy are they wrecking. God, I love this team, seriously. Team Ash and Soundless, both of them. Just the Eastern European teams in general, they're fucking amazing. Always aggression, always coming in with the big hits, taking fights that nobody else would really dare to take. They had the talent advantage. They said, like, screw it, 5 versus 4 with the 16 talent, we're taking it. And they're going for it again. Dropping them right here, and there it is. They kill against Stitches, and they want Blaze too. Oh, look at him. Sacrificing him for a good cause, trying to distract them from the rest of the team. And it's not working out either. Brightwing is blink-healing away. 9 kills to 7. Web Weavers are coming down too. But boy, are they running the numbers now. They are really running the show here. Absolutely amazing. Good stuff. So, for now, we got the 76 stacks for Vala. 20 stacks for Stitches on the 13. Went also into the Pulverize. Zul is taking down the top 4 here. The rest of the team is focusing onto the bot lane, but as you can see, it's a 2-pronged attack because the mid lane is getting pressured by a Web Weavers plus camp. Now, to be fair, there's a Siege Giant camp down here at the bottom too, but still, Bruiser camp is a bit more impactful. Bishop's then again in trouble, but he gets saved too. This is, well, does he? Nah, there comes Blaze and Odin. But the keeps are still getting pressured, and Zul has never moved away from the top lane. So this keep is gonna fall, 100%. And the one in the middle is taking severe damage too. The one at the bottom is also taking a couple of hits. This is a big problem. Keep at the top, as you can see, goes down, and the one in the middle, let's be honest here, it doesn't look too hot either. They need to take this catapult down, and they're way too late. They lose 2 of the keeps, and the fight isn't even over. Nope. The red team is still sitting tight with 4 players. They're nearly on level 20. They're sieging up at the bottom, and they're still attacking them. Stitches with a big as he tries to go for the Putrid Bile. Oh, Renato, the hook! And that's the end of him. Malfurion is dead. The hook of death. But talking about death, Blaze is down, and the Riptide does not take Nenopi apart. 4 versus 3. No problem. They get the kill. Oh, Junkrat is down, and they get the whole double. Are you shitting me? Holy macaroni. 5-man team wipe, and they go for the core. The endless brawl. Retreat, why retreat? Retreat, why retreat? Is not necessary. If you retreat, you need more time to end game. It's stupid. If you stay, you kill everything, you take game is much faster. Awesome performance once again. Honestly, congratulations Team Ash with a solid play here. Well done by them. Fantastic performance as they take down the Academy with a 2-0.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.